I'm not sure when I first noticed it. I want to say straight away, but thinking about it now, it could have been there weeks.
The world is really great now at rooting itself out from what you don't want to see. I never say anything I don't want to.
Where I live, quite often black kids stab each other to death. One died right outside my coffee shop. Saw his trainers sticking out the tent.
Didn't bother me really. I just want my coffee and a muffin.
See, in London, you're all on top of each other. You can share geography, but not worlds.
They've got no interest in me. A bloke in a suit, what's the point in stabbing me?
And what is the point in me not getting my coffee?
The reality is, if you don't treat everything and everyone like a commodity, then you'll be commodified yourself. That was theory for a long time. It all started when I lost my job.
Feminista. Reclaim the night.
Slut walk. Femin.
No dash for gas.
Climate camp.
Reclaim the power.
Right off.
No to shale.
Reprieve.
All the big ones.
I get fucking fucked up when people say activism is a lifestyle choice.
Yeah, it's really a fucking lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
Caring about people.
It's fucking, yeah, it's a great lifestyle choice. A lifestyle where you've got enough time for maintaining relationships and washing your clothes and earning enough money to eat.
I don't do any of this shit out of choice. I would love to not have to stand on a street corner reminding men not to rape women. I'd love for enough people to care so that I didn't have to.
I would love to have enough time in my life to care about soft furnishings.
Scatter cushion. I'd love to sit down.
I'd love to go somewhere like John Lewis and have a fucking... I heard they make you tea if you're doing a big shop. To do a big shop enough that they get you cups of tea and have conversations about scatter cushions.
Scatter cushions, love.
What kind of down do they use?
I would love that, honestly.
I haven't got the fucking time to spend agonising over how I'm going to spend money that I haven't got. Because the best thing about not having any money is that you agonise over things that you want to change, rather than things that you want to buy. And that's why people don't trust people like me. We're not playing the same fucking game. I'm not signed up to the money game.
Not being signed up to the money means that we tend to live itinerant lives. So something like Occupy actually offered a bit of stability.
All these campaigns have a lot of crossover. Well, that's because it's basically a horizontal organisation. The key people came to us because we'd been there with the G20 in 2009.
Pretty quickly we start organising into work groups for process, sanitation, open democracy, legal.
For some reason, I got roped into finance.
After a while I was running the group, and because of the amount of work involved, they started to pay me a sort of per diem, which technically
Was a job.
in finance, and
I know nothing about finance.
I know nothing but finance.
So when I lost my job, I sort of went into a bit of and I was drinking a lot. I wasn't looking for a job, I was sort of just waiting for one to drop in my lap, I suppose. That's when I noticed the tents. I can't remember if I'd been for an interview or had an interview, but I found myself sat there at the steps of St Paul's. Like,
with all these people.
all these people, some were in suits, some were office workers, and some were these, you know, crusties. And we were all sat there.
And there's this girl.
I sit on the steps and listen to her, giving a sort of speech about green energy. It just washes over me, and I've not a clue what she's talking about, and I'm not sure if she's for or against green energy. It's so removed from anything. I sit there and listen to her. I don't know if I'm for or against green energy.
And it gets me thinking.
Well, I was thinking.
Well, I was thinking, what are you for?
I tell people I'm a banker, but I'm not a banker. When I'm pissed, I say I'm a banker, but I'm not a banker. I don't handle any money. I handle data.
spreadsheets.
But I've been made redundant. So I guess I'm no longer not being a banker.
And I watch this girl. I try to imagine having sex with her, but I can't, because every time I think of us doing something, I hear her saying, "What are you for?" And I think, me. And who would have sex with that guy? So I learn all I can about climate change.
So I learn all I can about finance. I love working groups. This is what activism is about. Meeting new people and sharing new ideas.
I knew nothing about finance, but every hour I was learning something new. There's a whole world that I knew nothing about. And I learned that maybe I was pouring my energies into the wrong campaigns.
9.
I find myself
sort of leading the finance group. There's a lot of academic types and no one with a real experience of democracy by consensus. I'm quite good at it.
Week 2 into occupation. And we're in the papers every day. So, donations start to come in.
And
then I
made
the worst decision of my life.
I'd been going to the GAs, that's General Assemblies.
One at 12:30, one at 7:30.
I finally plucked up the courage to vote. Agree.
Disagree.
Block.
Point of order.
I started to vote on all sorts of things. Whether we should listen to the police concerns about the pathway between the shops and the campsite. They want us to fence it off. We want to keep it transparent.
I vote on sanitation, the relationship with the church, safer spaces policy, redrafts of the opening statement.
And now I kind of feel like I'm rooting around the world and what the world needs.
Polar bears.
I voted.
Fracking.
I voted.
Transgender rights.
I voted. And one night, I couldn't go home.
I did something I've never been able to explain to my friends, or family, or former colleagues. I spent my first night sleeping on the streets of London.
The bell rang throughout the night, and I started listening in to conversations that happened all around me. I never felt so cold, so tired, and happy.
I stepped out of that tent a new man. For the first time in my life, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I got my redundancy money and made a donation to the finance group.
Donations to the finance group come flooding in. Mostly 50 quid here and 50 quid there. People were rushing to the info tent to give him money. People were hunting me down and handing me bundles of cash. Everywhere I went, people were thrusting money into my hands. I couldn't even go for a cup of tea in the kitchen without someone counting out notes to me. And every night, someone would be waiting outside of my tent, waiting to hand me some money. No one wanted the money. Everyone wanted rid of it. Like it was a ticking time bomb. Boom.
It was ridiculous. The more money I got, the less scared of it I became. It's just money. It's like the fucking ring from Lord of the Rings. I start to enjoy it. Counting money, handing money out, keeping a ledger. Everyone wanted to carve out a role in the camp, and I was the one who had all the money. I was at a GA, and someone came in and handed me a roll of 20s. Before I knew it, one of the brew crew was over in my face.
Oi! Give us a tenner for some cans.
I'm not giving you money for booze. Who are you to tell us what we do with the money? That money's for the camp. We live on the camp. That's our money.
Who are you? Finance?
Yes.
I fucking hate you!
No one had ever said that to me before in my life. People are not what you think they are. Hate. That's what finance taught me. I never figured out how derivatives worked, but I did see a side to people I had no idea existed. People started talking to me differently, talking behind my back. Friends started to, I don't know, but it was different. And then one day, this guy comes up to me.
Are you Jim from finance?
Who's asking?
I am.
Well, who are you?
Alex.
Why do you want to know?
Because I've been told that Jem is the person I should see to about making a donation.
Well, how much are you donating?
£22,537. But I don't want anyone to know it's from me.
And then I say it. There's a climate camp account you can donate into. It's empty, so we'll use that for Occupy. And then I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders.
The only thing that made me redundant was the money. As soon as I clicked transfer, I felt like I was slipping through wires. Then I discovered who I really am in this camp full of mad, drunken believers in desperate need of toilet paper, cardboard, pallets, votes, vegan rights and warmth.
Everyone wanted to know why Climate Camp had the Occupy money.
Who was looking after process?
Who was looking after due diligence?
Things got heated. Who the fuck are you to put money into the Climate Camp account?
I trust Climate Camp.
Climate Camp think they fucking run Occupy!
I'd rather have Climate Camp money than half of you lot!
There's an anonymous guy who never takes his mask off. He's always agitating. He steps up and pokes me in the chest.
You fucking common purpose! Admit it.
Common purpose is this fucking leadership cult where people call each other out if they're getting a bit above their station. I look around at all my friends. I've chained myself to these people. We've glued hands. I've shared everything with these people, and no one defends me. Not even the climate campers.
I put the money in Climate Camp because...
Because what?
Because none of you deserve it!
And then the anonymous guy hits me.
What happened to your face?
The last finance meeting.
Why?
Everyone wants a slice. Everyone is want.
Give it to them.
You can't just give it to them. I'll be gone within a week.
It doesn't matter. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter.
Do you know what we could do with all that money? If we just focused on one thing, one campaign, done one thing really well and just fucked the rest. We could close a fucking power plant.
We could sue a corporation. We could bring down the City of London.
But they want to spread it about so it has no effect anywhere.
We don't share because it's a good idea.
We share because we're too fucking scared of trampling over someone else. So we sit around, changing nothing. I'm over this bullshit. I'm over them. I'm over this camp. I'm over working groups. I'm over this fucking occupation!
And as she walked to the welfare tent, I saw the whole camp rooted around her. And somehow, I was part of something. She wasn't anymore. And I tried to think of kissing her, but I can't. Because all I can see is me asking her, what are you for?